It's caught in the string here.
Okay, we're live.
Just a minute, Gracie. I gotta bring up some stuff here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you good girl? Yeah, okay, thank you. Caught in the string here. Okay, Oppo chat. And go there, close that out. And make that larger. All right. Hey, AG there first and drone shot.
AZ right behind, followed by drone shots.
Yeah.
Tim Jackson, yeah.
Hey, Tim. Hey, guys. You got a dog in my lap. You want him? Want her? You've been hugging me like crazy for a few minutes. And Bader barking, of course. What? Somebody's jealous.
Oh, yeah.
Bader.
Hey, Dominic.
Well, you happy now? You got both hands? Huh? You have to go outside. What? You? I wouldn't talk to you. Hey, Timmy. Yeah.
Tim, how's it going? AZ was first, followed shortly thereafter by drone shots.
Hang on. Okay, now we're going for the belly rub. Okay, Bader, get out.
Hanging with JD.
Steve, please hanging around.
Hey, Dominic, how are you doing today? Or this evening in your case, right?
No, it's morning there.
It's morning there. That's right. I get that all screwed up.
Hey, Dominic, you got no voice.
No sound, Dominic.
No sound there. Nothing. You're not muted, but you got no sound coming. Your mic ain't hooked up or something.
Hello?
There you go.
Barely. Just barely hear you. You need some volume.
Okay, I must have bumped the volume then.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. That's better.
Okay. I must have hit yeah, I got it right now.
You'd have seen your lips moving, but nothing was coming.
I thought, oh shit, I'm muted. No, I must have bumped the volume switch then. Okay. Now, you can hear me now?
Yep, you're
Oh,
fine.
good.
Yep.
Okay. No worries.
It's morning, Paul.
Yeah, it's morning over there.
Sunday morning.
7 a.m.
Yep, Sunday morning coming down.
Yeah.
Is it kind of chilly there today?
Oh, yeah, it is a little bit chilly. It's a little bit. And the sun hasn't risen, so still a bit dark.
You know, the life of a dog sitting here, going back, relaxing, getting your belly rubbed. I'd relax too if I would get my belly rubbed. Yeah. Might even go to sleep, right? Yeah. Look at the hair coming off you, Gracie. I'll rub you and look at that. I get covered in hair.
Mm.
Oh. Hey, is that a green tarp, not a green screen?
Yeah, my stupid Zoom's not signed in. Hold on. Give me a second here. I wish it would
Jack
just.
said 7 degrees Celsius there.
Hey, Justin.
Let me have a look.
We're just about
There we go.
Okay, it's 12 degrees.
We're about 15.
I've got 12 degrees Celsius, 51 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. We're about 16 degrees Celsius.
So, I'm warmer than Queensland.
Gracie's in her baby mode.
Yeah, she could look like she's gonna go to sleep because I'm sitting there rubbing her belly. Now she's palm my face. Oh shit. What? I can't do it anymore. I only got two hands. One to hold you and one to rub your belly.
Alright.
Okay.
But Justin, anything exciting happened with you today?
No, not really. What are you talking about? It's dirty. No, it's not, Tim. That green screen looks brand new. That's just the coloring from the camera.
Yeah, it's just that green.
God,
Like if you're standing in front of it, it looks brand freaking new. Oh,
She's happy.
Huh?
Gracie's happy.
Oh, yeah. Just laying there, just. She's starting to close her eyes there for a minute.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
put-
see her. I see her eyes going like this a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's starting to go down squid. Till I start talking, yeah. Sarah says it's 75 degrees there and stormy. Well, it's pissing rain here right now.
yeah, it's pretty
75.
nasty outside. That's why I had to change my shirt because Bo got me all nasty laying on top of me.
Wow, you
baby.
see, I got a sweater on. But I'm getting damp here. I might turn the furnace on, just take the dampness out over here. Not that it's cold, but it's just damp.
And Bo's being a big old baby. He always is.
Hey, Joe America, welcome.
Hey, Joe.
And Mr. Jackson's been here since we started.
Hey, Captain Joe. Jody,
Up.
of course.
David,
And
Tim,
Captain
Tim.
Joe, yeah.
What's up, David, Tim,
Yeah.
JD, Jody, and Joe. Coming on the panel, Tim, or what?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Tim, what are you
Only
doing?
Sunday for you. You should be up on it.
Of course, it's Sunday morning. He probably isn't into it yet.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
What time is it there, Dominic?
7:05.
Yep, 7:06 on my clock.
Ah, it is. Yep. I looked carefully. The 6 and the 5 look very similar. My eyes haven't adjusted yet.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, Tim, how that dude kept a straight face sitting there playing that. Because what he did was he puts his headphones on and he acts like they're plugged in and he's sitting there listening to his music. But he doesn't, he's sitting there and so it's playing over his speakers on his computer. Oh my God. I'd play it, but it's a little bit of a raunchy song. Oh, it was hilarious.
Hey, Lenny.
Hey, lad.
And
Stop playing.
Oh my God, Gracie, look at this. Freaking
Fucking
mess.
power clicked off again a minute ago.
We-
Freaking hate Spectrum, man. They freaking take forever to reboot the internet.
Hey, Dominic, what internet service do you use over there?
we have what's called NBN, and that's connected to. For me, it's connected to Telstra.
Okay.
You see this?
NBN's the backbone, and they work it.
Vader,
from-
Vader's trying to horn in there, and
Yeah, look at him. Got both of them here, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. That's a great Joe.
Okay,
Joe,
okay,
my brain's not working yet.
no. Yeah, they're so jealous of each other. One
Mm.
getting attention, the other one's got out of it. Okay,
Grayson,
I'm still
come on,
running.
Dad. Come on, Dad.
Yeah. But I'm getting double kissing,
Yeah.
getting it from both. Okay,
Happy
Vader, listen
National
up.
Freezer Pot Day.
He just full of kisses, Vader is just get. Okay. That's enough.
Oh yeah, Tim, I remember you saying that the other day.
Oh, okay, come on. There we go. Come on.
Yeah.
Look at this, covered in freaking hair.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
it's
something,
only in the rural areas that Starlink and Telstra are pairing up, not in the metropolitan area.
Just gotta let him out for a minute.
So is Starlink taken up, is it catching on over there in Australia or no?
Well, it will be in the regional areas.
see what they're probably doing is Telstra's probably, Starlink's probably setting up a program with them, or Telstra will sell their service in certain areas,
Yeah.
and Telstra will get a little bit of a cut off of that.
Oh, yeah, they always get that.
Right,
They'll get a little trail from it.
but it will use their customer service and everything to get the word out there and get some service
Because that's
sold.
what they've been advertising.
What kind of money does it cost for a setup for that?
I wouldn't know.
Like, it keeps going back and forth between like 600 to 1,000. It fluctuates on sales that they have and stuff.
Mm,
But it's like I said, what they're doing is they're setting up with a cable, internet company that can't provide service to people in certain areas. So they said,
Yeah.
hey, well, we'll go out, we'll find you customers. You just give us a little cut off of the service.
mm,
And they probably getting some kind of service fee for doing that, like a finder's fee. And
yeah.
then Starlink sends the equipment out.
As they would say, they get their ticket clipped.
Right.
They'll get the clip of the ticket.
Because let's face it, these internet companies can't afford to run a fiber optic cable out to 10 people's houses in the middle of the,
Mm,
BFE. It's
Yeah.
just, it's not worth the
And
time,
believe
the
me-
manpower.
believe me, at least 80% of Australia is BFE.
Right. Yeah, it's just not worth the money. It's too expensive.
Mm,
Because it was the same thing the satellite companies were doing. They were actually pairing up with, so when satellite was first offering internet.
Yeah.
In the cities, they weren't, people that wanted satellite but wanted internet service.
Oh,
The
wow.
satellite companies didn't actually have internet of their own. So they were subcontracting with the cable companies.
Yeah.
And then they would, they gotta get a deal through them to get you service.
Yeah. Oh, it's down to $199, but still $139 a month.
That's still not bad though.
$40 more than I pay, but at the same time,
But for the convenience of being in the middle of nowhere,
yeah,
you're not gonna get better internet. Cause I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it, they have other satellite internets like the stuff like that, like Lynn would use with their RV, like those ones
Yeah.
but they're crazy. They can get crazy expensive.
Well, I noticed they're selling a lot of Starlink for internet use on our recreational vehicles.
yeah.
Oh, somebody's in a playful mood.
Oh, they're gonna come up with some little mini dish dome that's gonna be able to just pop right onto a car or RV. That you'll be able to use it when you're traveling. That's coming for sure. But the thing is though, is any of the other satellite internet companies out there, they haven't made the impact like Starlink has around the world. Like Lynn's saying her Cricket, was it Cricket hotspot works great. Oh, she has it through Cricket, okay.
Hey,
But,
Mark.
but,
Hey,
but
Mark.
see, the problem with your hotspot, Lynn, is your hotspot is literally running the same service as your phone, and if your phone doesn't get any service, your hotspot's not gonna get any service.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep. Hotspot is just a phone, basically like a phone, except you can't call on it.
Right, it's actually assigned a phone number and everything.
Mm,
A lot of hotspots will actually get a phone number.
yeah,
Yeah, they got a SIM card, just like a phone.
Right. They have to assign it a phone number because of the SIM card.
yeah.
Look at that. Look at
Yeah.
wrestling again. Look at Vader attacking Gracie.
There's a fucking gnat been flying around in my studio area for the last 2 days and it's annoying the piss out of me. I can't catch the little
Yeah, Vader.
bastard.
You get her.
He's buzzing around my head.
Lynn says from what she does, she's had no issues with her hotspot, but I can understand there are places,
Oh,
like when Ron is out traveling and he runs into areas out there out west where it doesn't pick up.
Yeah, well, we were thinking about
Saturday Night Wrestling right here.
oh yeah, right
Yeah.
there, right there. Right there. Oh, what's that smell? Vader, get her. Get her, Vader. You watch her. Get her, Vader. Go take that crap away. Oh, there you go. Stupid dogs.
Okay, Mark says that's what David and Laura are using right now too.
Yeah, they actually had two Wi-Fis in their old house. So they had one that was hardwired through a company, and I can't remember the name of the company offhand. And then they had a hotspot that Lori used.
Yeah, in Europe.
Yeah, they each had their own. They actually each had their own internet service, so they had a redundancy internet connection in the
That
house.
looks like an old PT boat, doesn't it?
Mm,
He's moving along pretty quick.
Yeah, it's going downstream.
Was it a YP 673?
Yeah, YP 673. It says. I don't know. I don't think it's Navy.
Can't you go to Marine Drive and get the information on?
I would think I should be able to just get it off of Google.
I don't see any mounted guns or anything on that thing, from what I can see. Because even if that was just a patrol vessel, it'd have something.
It's called the Pride of Michigan.
Huh.
Return. There it is.
Somebody else is getting thunder. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a fishing vessel.
Mm. Nice.
I think, it was, I think it's a training vessel. For like young high school, young college mariners or whatever.
Comment on their video and ask them what they are. I mean, shit, they put that up 4 years ago, so obviously they ain't been keeping up with their channel.
Yeah. Lenny, do you know? Lenny keeps up on that stuff. I think that at one time used to be moored downtown Fort Huron.
Somebody got ambitious for like 2 days. We're gonna start a YouTube channel. And then nothing.
Well, that's the problem when you got students, they come and go and they get interested in girls and all kinds of stuff and they don't keep up on anything.
Mm.
Well, that's exactly why you don't see a lot of Eagle Scouts and shit anymore, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, even back in the day, you didn't. Not very many kids stay in it past middle school. Even back, when Boy Scouts was big time back in the day, that it was the same thing. A lot of kids would quit around middle school.
Well, I think it was originally an Eagle Scout thing. Training ship question. What is its function? No. Lynn, what was that ship that was in town? They had young Mariner Scouts or whatever.
The Women's US Open, isn't that that
Tennis.
golf or tennis?
That's yeah, I
Tennis.
think
Tennis, yeah.
it's both. There's a golf open. and
It's
there's a
the
tennis.
it's the tennis at the moment.
Well, concerned how quick Dominic knew that answer.
Yeah. No, I was flipping through the sports channels last night after my football finished and saw that.
One says that's the one they found the dead body on.
I think so.
What, the one we were just looking at?
Sea Cadets, that's what it is. Sea Cadets program.
Isn't that isn't the Sea Cadets program? Isn't that that program that the Scientologists do?
Sea Cadets, it gives young people that are interested in the water and boats and stuff something to do, Mark says the tennis is at Wimbledon.
Oh, okay, it's the golf. Oh, okay. I must have read the description incorrectly.
Unless
It's
it's
just so there's so much sport on TV, I get confused. Oh yeah, it is Wimbledon.
Yeah, Lynn's been on that boat before because they used to
Thank you,
moor
Mark.
it down on Atchison's property, which is where the old train bridge in that area was. And she went and had dinner on it. They had a fundraiser for it. But I haven't seen it in years. Have you, Lynn? No.
Yeah, actually, if you go look up Scientology, though, they have some kind of sea program thing. It's weird. Where
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
dresses up, and have you seen that, Dominic? Where everybody dresses
Yes,
up
I
in
have.
the,
I watched
they try to look like the Navy.
I watched that documentary with Leah Remini.
Leah,
Remini. REMINI is
the hot one from King of Queens.
yes. We'll just say it that way. Yes. It was a 2.5 hour.
Yeah, that was a good documentary. I watched
And
that too.
then Louis Theroux also did one.
They were supposed to do a follow-up on that, and I don't think they ever did they?
No.
But yeah, they had that weird ship that they would all ride on, and they'd all be dressed up like fucking looking like the Navy and stuff. The Sea Org,
Sea-
yeah.
Thank you, Don Mudball.
Yeah,
Could not remember. I got the first half right. Yeah, well, there's Formula One tonight or last night. I can't remember.
that's straight.
As I said, I kept flipping through, and there's golf. They were advertising the Formula One. There's AFL football. What else was on? Oh, there was
That's-
cricket, which was washed out.
That's one sport Dre loves watching is Formula One.
Yeah. I like watching it, but the time difference always gets me. It's easier when it's in Europe.
Yeah, there's some Sea Cadets there.
Mm.
Yeah, those Scientologists are a weird bunch for sure.
All prospective Sea Cadets must be U.S. citizens, permanent legal residents, and meet a minimum age requirement. A minimum age of 10 through high school.
Yeah, don't they actually ride on it and they have like barracks and everything in the ship and
Yeah,
everything?
in the summertime when they're out of school. Yep,
Yeah, they actually go on like a month or two long excursion.
yep.
Yeah, they actually made a movie about that with Kurt Russell. There was a movie where it was similar to that. It had Kurt Russell in it where he took all the kids out on the boat. He was some like crazy captain or something. Remember he had the eye patch?
All that, yeah.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but I got finished watching Jack Ryan last night. Pretty good.
Okay.
As it's in the middle of the fourth season now. Anybody's looking for a good spy show, watch Jack Ryan. Pretty good. It's on Amazon Prime for free.
Hey, me. Want to go out?
It was actually based off the Tom Clancy. I think it was based off the video games, if I'm not mistaken.
27 meters long, Lynn says, and 6 meters.
Curtis.
What's up, Curtis?
What's Tim Jackson doing? Why isn't he coming on here?
I don't know. He was late to Matt's show by like a good 20 minutes or so last night, half hour.
Was he?
Probably had to run into town or something.
Mm.
Cyber Dreams is here. Curtis is on board.
Mm-hmm.
Get out here tomorrow with the kids and get this yard picked up. Trash.
Very important.
Kurt Russell is what Tim Jackson was saying.
That was Captain something. The movie.
Oh, when you
Captain.
say the word captain, you know what pops into my mind? Captain Queeg.
I think it was like Captain Jack or something like that.
Yeah,
But it was similar to the whole cadet thing, like he takes a bunch of kids out on this boat.
Believe it. What?
What?
Get. Come on, go. Oh. Get down. Come on. Hey, they're smoking. Yeah, right.
Morgan.
Hey,
Stop smoking.
Gracie, get down. I got eyes in the back of my head. I can see you up there.
Yep,
What's she trying to get?
I don't know. She just wants more food. The beagle thing, right?
Oh,
Got
she
to eat
keeps,
24 hours a day.
she keeps sniffing at that box, but the box is, isn't that your router?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a pork chop bone up farther down the cupboard.
Oh, okay.
That's what she smells.
You can't fake a dog on a pork chop bone.
And she's not getting any bones. I don't give my dog bones.
No. Not good for him.
Captain Ron. I
Yeah, you
think
want to
that's
lick
what it
that
was.
out?
yeah.
You like chocolate pudding? Hitting her lip. Licking out the cup thing. Well, the
Oh.
coffee should be here in maybe half an hour or so, so I won't make one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Overboard. Yeah, that was also
Yeah.
Kurt Russell as well.
Yeah, another Kurt Russell.
Holy Horn.
Yeah, I just actually watched that again about a week ago.
No kidding. I haven't seen that one in years.
That's a classic movie. I like at the end, he's like, I don't know what we're gonna do for money. She goes, I'm rich. And he goes, oh, that's right. He was all worried about money. He done forgot she was a freaking multimillionaire with the freaking yacht and everything.
I watched Beverly Hills Cop this afternoon with Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny movie.
That's 40 years old.
Yep.
Still a
Isn't that
good movie.
awful when you sit there and think about how old those movies are?
Yeah,
And you can remember watching them for the first time?
yeah.
I watched Rush Hour again the other day. Those are some funny movies with
Jackie Chan, isn't it?
Jackie Chan and
Chris Rock.
no, it's not Chris Rock. It's damn it. Hold on. Coming up. Let's do Rush Hour.
No, it's Chris Rock.
No, Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. So I got the Chris part, right?
Yeah, I always get them two mixed up too.
I
have to
got
think about it.
halfway there.
Chris Tucker, he's funnier now.
Yeah, very funny.
Oh, he hasn't really done anything, I don't think, in the past 10 years or so. He's been
No,
relatively
Makes you wonder
quiet.
if he's still alive.
Oh, he's still, I'm sure he's still alive. But he was like doing a lot of movies back in the early 2000s and right at the late '90s,
Mhm.
and then he hasn't really done a whole lot since then. Because the Rush Hour movies, those were a big hit for him.
Yeah.
Those kind of remind me of Lethal Weapon, but with a little bit more comedy in them. I actually watched the original Lethal Weapon the other day, too. I was kind of going on an old movie binge.
Yeah.
I love when their siren goes out, or they're in the station wagon, and he's talking, and he's like, "Man, I wish we had a siren." And all of a sudden, you see him go out the window. He's like, "Ooh," screaming, trying to do the siren.
Well, here's a statement about Chris Tucker. Hollywood simply stopped calling Chris Tucker, as subsequently has been absent from both the big and small screens for over 5 years. In 2005, Tucker was given a Netflix stand-up special, Chris Tucker Live. While working with streaming giant Netflix is usually a great way to make a comeback, not so much for Chris Tucker.
Well, some people actually just fall out of doing movies. Like, that was like Joe Pesci. He didn't do anything all the way up till about 3 years ago when Netflix did that one movie. It was that mob movie, which I didn't really enjoy, I think. They spent like freaking a ridiculous amount of money making that movie too.
Mm.
What was it called? What the hell was the name of that movie?
Hey, he's not that old. He was born in 71.
Yeah, he's young.
Yep.
Oh,
His net worth is estimated at $40 million.
yeah, it was The Irishman by Martin Scorsese.
Hmm.
Let me look and see what the
Was it Chris Tucker just did a movie called Hair? Oh,
yeah, they spent so the Netflix spent $175 million on that freaking on that movie. And I didn't really like it. Just didn't. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that movie. It just didn't have the same feel like Casino and Goodfellas and all that had, even though it had a lot
You
of
got a
those
good point
guys in
there,
it.
Mark. It says, yeah, some people just stop making movies. Elvis hasn't made a movie since 1977.
Oh, really?
Well, actually, you go look at. Have you ever seen Bob Joyce, the pastor?
Bob Joyce. I know the
Yeah.
name.
If that's not Elvis Presley, then the Bob Joyce versus Elvis Presley conspiracy.
But you know,
Even I've seen it many a time, and I can't say it's definitively not him.
well, I mean, look at Joe Pesci, Casino, Goodfellas. What else did he do back in the '90s? Freaking
My cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny, dude. He did so many classic movies that will be known forever and will always go down in history as just really good classic movies.
Mhm.
But right when the early 2000s hit, he just stopped doing movies altogether. And he was quiet for a good 20 years, didn't do anything.
Mm.
He he was just killing it in the 90s, I'll tell you what. And this
Yeah.
isn't the Joe Pesci you remember from the 90s either. Yeah, he's
No.
aged. He has aged. For sure.
Yep.
Yeah, he did Lethal Weapon. He was in a couple of the Lethal Weapon movies too.
Yeah.
Obviously Home Alone. Let's see what else movies that I'm forgetting. So he was in 2, 3, and 4 of the Lethal Weapons. Home Alone 2, Home Alone, original Home Alone, Goodfellas, The Irishman, Casino, Once Upon a Time in America, A Bronx Tale, With Honors, I don't know, Tales of the Crypt, The Good Shepherd, Bumpkins, I don't know what that is. JFK, Raging Bull, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. And if you look all his movies, man, he pretty much stopped making movies. Let's see here. It was like mid-90s,
Hmm.
and then he didn't do anything till 2006. He did one movie, The Good Shepherd, and then he didn't do shit for till 2019 when he did The Irishman, and then he did Bumpkins in 2023.
Hmm.
So over a
Big
course of a
difference.
20-year some span, he only did 3 movies. Day of the Fight. I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
No, he did one after The Irishman, Tim. It was Bumpkins in 2023. So this year he did that one. I don't know what it's about. I've never heard of it. But yeah, 2019 was The Irishman for Netflix. That's just like Netflix paid, what was it, $500 million for the rights to Seinfeld?
Oh, is that right?
The show,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see, how much did Netflix pay for Seinfeld? Yeah, Netflix paid more than $500 million for the streaming rights to Seinfeld.
Oh, geez.
Hmm.
But I mean, let's face it, that show's like Friends and some other shows from that era. They
Mm.
still get watched just as much as when them damn things are on TV. People watch the reruns just like what's the one with the airport? The bar in the airport. Cheers, that's another one.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Was it in an airport?
I thought they were pilots in an airport at a bar or something. Or am I thinking
No.
of a different show?
Yeah.
No, that was downtown Boston.
Well, whatever. That's another classic show though that will
Oh, cheers. Yeah.
it'll always be watched, and it's still worth money. I mean, even though it's not on the air no more, to
Yeah.
own the rights to a show like that is big money. I don't know where Paul went, David. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't know where he went right now. I'll probably go to the boys' room and let me out, one or the other.
Oh, that was television, Tim? Okay, I wasn't sure what that was. It didn't specify, it just had it in a list of
Oh, okay.
work he did. Well, I said I need to find out how much everybody on YouTube owes me for Anchorman, because like I said, YouTube keeps sending me all these fucking channels you can use an Anchorman clip saying they're using your content. I'm like, what?
I'd still love to know how you did that.
But I don't wanna mess with it, cause I don't want YouTube to come back to me and be like, why'd you
Yeah, but
claim
you'd
all
love
this?
to know, you'd love to know how to do it so you could do it again with something else.
Yeah, it's like apparently I own the rights to that, movie and didn't know it.
Yeah, well done then.
Like every week I get like 15 new channels in my list that say, they're using your content. Would you like to copyright claim them? No. Like I don't own the rights to that freaking clip, those clips. Why are you sending that to me? I can contact YouTube about it. I just haven't done it. I do need to get on the little chat thing and talk to
I was
them.
watching a
Get
little
on the blower.
thing this morning about remote ID, and the guy was using two people for reference, and one of them was Dre, and the other one was from 51 Drones. You know,
Right.
We're using them
Okay.
as a reference for what?
well, remote ID about what it's about and everything else, and I think it was about somebody suing the FAA over being careless because they're getting it out to the public.
Hmm.
But they had Dre, a picture of Dre there, and then they had a picture of Russ, yeah, from 51 Drones.
Does Dre know about it or
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
where was this at? Do you know?
It was on YouTube, but it was about suing FAA over remote ID.
Hmm.
Was there a picture on the thumbnail or something?
No, there wasn't. It was just I had to go through it, and towards the end of it was Dre on there. I don't know. See if I can pull something up here or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. At the gold. At the gold. Anybody put a link in there? Yeah, they did. Cyber Dreams. Oh. Okay, cool. That go here. YouTube, what was it? Wish I could figure out.
Yeah, let me look at it then.
Okay.
Tim had to go get some tobacco. For all you people that are using tobacco, if you want to get experience, talk to Lynn.
Yeah. If I see it, I'll know which one it was. I looked at it.
I'll have to check check it out, Tim. It's on Peacock, so. Yeah, I'll have to check that out later. Always curious when an old actor that hadn't been doing much pops back in. Ugh.
Go this way. There's that one, but that was on the same page. Okay, that's 51 Drones there. Okay.
All right, Tim.
It was like why I was suing FAA or something.
I just watched Bot Grinder this afternoon showing the 10-acre plot of land he bought for his FPV park. He also is gonna do RC car and crawler tracks as well. Now, you might wanna get a little bit bigger piece of property. 10 acres really ain't that much for something like that. I mean, I guess it is. Think back, cause my dad had 9 acres on his property. Yeah, it's a pretty good size. That might be big enough. I'd say about 50, 50 to 70% of that is gonna be
Okay.
taken up by FPV though.
Okay, cool.
That would be pretty cool though, Mark. He sets up some like courses and stuff.
Mm.
I wonder how much land he's gonna set aside for parking.
Hey,
That one,
Justin, I put the link in the chat.
okay. That wouldn't take but like maybe a quarter acre. You don't need that much parking. I mean, 10 acres is kind of right, pushing it for something like that. As like I said, I'm thinking back on my dad's property was 9 acres. It's a pretty good size, but you probably would do better with 15 to 20 acres. Would definitely give you a little bit more room, like you said, to put a parking lot, maybe a nice little seating area with some, you know, what do you want to call it, like gazebos and stuff set up.
Yeah, that's the one smoking. Yep. The same one I put up, isn't it? Yeah. And towards the end, I had Russ from 51 and Dre, a picture of him saying something or whatever, but it was towards the end. Yeah.
I'm also wondering. Like all the fads of the past.
Yeah,
Okay, so it wasn't a bad video. I just kind of skimmed through the last part. He's kind of saying Dre, he liked Dre's video and stuff, so.
Yeah.
And same
I'm
with
just
Russ.
wondering the whole drone thing is if it isn't a going in the future is a fad and it will pass to something else is gonna.
I don't think so, because you still see skateboarders, you still see people riding bikes. Now, I think this whole thing has been overplayed a little.
Well, see, this is the thing is. I think the more self-automated these drones get for commercial stuff, which I think is gonna happen. I think people are being a little naive if they don't think that's gonna happen at some point. Where they're not gonna need a pilot. They could just drop a box in the middle of a field and that thing can go up. And know exactly what to do and pinpoint it and do an exact job.
But again, there still needs to be someone programming that.
Right, but you would
And
only need,
until-
you'd only need one person for a handful
Yeah,
of
I know
drones,
that, but
though.
I'm saying until the time it can program itself, then that's many years
But
away.
I'm saying, it wouldn't be nothing for a company to go in and you set up a program that's super user friendly where they could go in and say,
Mm.
okay, I want this field done. I want this done. And they just hit it and it uploads it right to whatever drone that company's gonna send out. And that drone just goes and does it with no middle person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen tomorrow, but it will happen. I think when that happens and you see less 107 pilots because there's not gonna be a need for as many of them, that's when I think you'll start to
Uncle
see
Bill?
the drone community die down a little bit. I don't think
Well,
you'll see
still-
as many
well-
people getting into it. I don't know.
Uncle Bill,
There
who's
is a for argument and against argument. And I can agree where you're coming from.
Shut up, Wayne and JD.
Hey, Uncle Bill, how's it going? Yeah, the other thing that just maddens me is in my chat, at friggin' hearts and emojis. They're covering up the last.
Oh my God, here we go with
There
that
we
again.
go again. Yeah, this is becoming an ongoing shit show.
And nobody has figured out how to get rid of that.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, it's an ongoing shit show now.
I can't help you out because I don't have it, and don't give it to me.
Yeah, don't give it to me either.
Because right now, Bill made a comment. It says 10 acres is about 658 by 658, and then the feet is covered.
The feet, what?
The feet part of his comment is
Oh,
covered.
there's nothing after that. It's just 658 by 658 feet.
Yeah, but you probably got it small. Chat. You can make it bigger, Paul, and it shouldn't even be nowhere close to up to the top corner.
Good point, Len.
Freaking Lynn.
Feel the burn.
Expand it.
I don't have any expand. All I've got is send feedback,
Somebody's,
timestamp,
somebody's
pop out
spamming.
chat,
The
and
screen, Paul. The screen, not the.
Hold on, let me show him. Hold on. So right here, Paul, the little X and box and
Up there in
minus,
the corner. That
you
one.
can
in the
make it
middle. You
bigger,
can make it
smaller,
bigger. Yeah.
bigger, smaller.
Bigger, smaller.
Actually, I was saying that backwards. Smaller, bigger.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or if not, just grab the edge and drag it over, make it bigger manually. Just grab the edge of it. Slide and click on it, hold and drag it over.
Yeah, David dove into that a little bit last night. So apparently it's a beta program. Only certain people have it. And
Yep.
on the phone, we found out last night, Tim was showing us on the phone, when you have your phone straight up, you'll have it. The minute you turn your phone to landscape, it disappears. You no longer have the heart, the emoji.
Oh, there you go, Paul. Take your screen and turn sideways. Oh, that's the camera, Paul.
oh, okay.
I'm talking about on a cell phone. And then there's a lot of people that have it. So Tim has it on his phone, but not his computer. I have it on my computer, but not my phone.
I've got it on my
So-
I've got it on my phone, not my computer.
Right. It's just a beta test right now. But I mean, the problem is if they just moved it down a half inch, it would be fine.
Yeah, moved it down one line to be in line with the actual. You see where the chat box is, where we've got Paul
Right.
Murray there.
Well, see,
If it
Paul
was-
don't have the
If it
pop
was
out
dropped
chat.
from there
That's-
into the chat box.
see, there's a problem. Paul don't have the chat on pop out. That's why.
Try and pop it out and see what happens.
Do what?
And try and pop the chat out and see what happens.
How do I do that?
Oh my God, we just showed
We
that to
told
you
you
yesterday.
yesterday, the three dots at the top of the chat.
Yeah, pop that out.
And then you can just get
and-
rid of that whole screen.
Yeah, because he's got YouTube going because it's so far behind. It's not funny.
Yeah, because if you've got the if you've muted the sound on the YouTube clip and you go to another screen, it won't continue playing in the background. So when you go to another screen, the YouTube screen will stop playing.
My
Now
heart's
the
went
chat-
away after 3 weeks.
Now the chat will then be in a screen behind it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, we know there, Len. We're guys.
We love, yes, we love entertaining people. Hello, JDS. We have to entertain.
What's up, JDS?
Holy mackerel, JDS, he's first, second, and third again.
Dude, his T, D, and N must be really screwed on his keyboard.
It
Yeah.
must be.
And the G, yeah.
Yeah, the
I
G.
bet those ones are all worn out. You can't read the lettering anymore on them.
Yeah,
No, his keyboard is stuttering.
I don't know about totally amazing, but
totally amazing. Yes.
see, JDS is the one that comes in the chat. You put a question and then he spams the living crap out of the chat and your question gets missed. Good job,
Yeah,
JDS.
exactly. But he's a law unto himself.
Whatever works, JDS, whatever works.
Better behave yourself, JDS. Sarah will come in here.
Yeah,
How are you, JD? Gross.
here he is. JD's come in.
Every once in a while, he likes to just kind of attack JDS. Yeah.
Mm,
I think that he thinks he's like semi-copying his name. So
JDS, I'm doing okay.
what came first, JD or JDS?
I don't know.
Paul, what are you doing? Reading the newspaper or what?
No, it's a magazine.
Oh,
Oh, railroad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't blame JDS. You guys never read my comments. Yeah, we know that there, Curtis.
I wasn't gonna read it, but Paul, I just ended up reading it. I was gonna blatantly ignore that comment.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna ignore it as well.
I like how all these guys are like, you can ignore my comments in the chat, but any of them have the ability to come up on the panel.
Exactly. Come
well,
and join
Curtis
us.
comes up every once in a while.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm a firm believer. You gotta understand. Every time you change your name to another name, you're like a new person. You could be the same person, but you could be a new person. People aren't keyed into
Yeah.
cyber dreams as being Curtis Dart.
What you're saying, they're actively ignoring him?
I'm sure there's some people out there that aren't with it that don't know who Cyber Dreams is.
I don't know, everybody in this chat should, everybody that's in the chat now should know who he is.
Yeah.
Now, whoever's lurking and hasn't said nothing, I don't know.
We don't know them.
That kind of makes you wonder how many people have been watching Paul's show for probably a year or two and have never said anything in the chat.
Well, that'd be an interesting meter to have on it. You know, be data downloaded. How many people viewed? How many minutes people viewed without interacting?
Yeah.
Mm,
But see, the
Well-
biggest problem too that's out there right now, especially Mark was saying, YouTube is so far behind our conversation going on, and you know, it seems like we're almost ignoring them, right?
Yep.
mm.
Mark.
Yep. I read that comment.
But yeah, there's like, you know, there's a lot of times where Paul will have anywhere between 15, sometimes up to almost 30 people in the chat. And only like 9 or 10 people are chatting. So it's like
Yeah.
you kind of wonder there's gotta be a handful of people that watch his show every time, but don't ever say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I just switched back over to YouTube, and here's how far I'm delayed.
Yeah,
there to there.
as I said, when you go to a different screen, it will stop playing.
So what I said.
I'm sure
was-
they're JDS.
So what I said was I explored a sunken bridge today, one that collapsed. Well, get your ass on the panel and show us. I'd
Mm,
like to see that. Give us a sneak preview.
You have to come on here live and show us there, Curtis. Then you can talk through it, everything you did. Tell everybody.
JDS has to go.
I'm
Like,
kind of,
you doing it again? Holy mackerel.
whatever.
Make-
Don't blame it
make-
on me, JDS.
JDS, make sure you go. Don't want to have sticky pants.
You know, I'm kind of curious if Curtis went to Hawaii, do you think he would be allowed to put his ROV in the water around the ships there? At the memorials?
I don't know.
Oh, that would be so cool if he was
I
able to do
I
that.
don't think they allow divers or anything in there.
That's why I'm curious, like, would they allow that? Or would you, because technically there's no regulations on ROVs.
JDS, have a
So-
good one, buddy.
I wonder if they would stop him from doing it or they would let him do it.
That's you probably could YouTube that and ask it. You know, what's the regulations for diving around sunken ships?
I only read every other one of your comments, Curtis.
yeah.
Well, we figured after you talk, the next couple aren't that important, so we go to the third or fourth one.
No way. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't think they would, but I'd be curious to see if they would allow it or not. Or if he would get a bunch of shit for doing that. Cause that'd be really cool video if you were able to do that. Like get on a little boat and get, a couple 100 feet from it.
I just texted Diane and said, where the hell's my coffee? I'm dying here. As far as you can come back with a funny one, yeah. Maybe she's already here. An hour and a half ago, she was in Guelph, so it'd be about an hour and a half to get here.
Mhm.
I'm watching the chat. It's not moving anywhere. Oh, JDS went and retracted everything he had to say.
Yeah.
He always does that.
As long as you don't disturb anything, it's fair game.
Yep.
That's what Curtis said.
I think at some point, Curtis, that would be a hell of a trip right there. I mean, it would suck though if he went all the way there and found out he couldn't do it though.
Yeah, but yeah, Curtis is pretty conscious of disturbing anything really. So, any marine stuff like that,
Although, I mean, there's plenty of places in Hawaii to get really good footage too, though. Besides just there. That is an interesting thought though. Wayne B. Justin forgot his might off.
Playing around with that smart pod. And I set up a thing. It updated. It's like a computer updated Windows on it. But what I did is set it up for the Weather Channel. you could just sit there and just use it just for weather. It's been on all the time. I just waited to see if it was gonna time out, but it didn't. You could almost just leave it on and you get like a constant weather all the time, right? It hasn't
Yeah.
asked for an update yet, so I'm just sitting here waiting. But
Well,
automatically or what?
Right.
there's probably, either that or try refreshing the page.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. Can do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I just refreshed it. Still says heavy rain updated at 7:08. What time is it? So it's an hour. The time is out by an hour. But wind 6 mile an hour feels like 64 degrees Fahrenheit visibility. Yeah, I don't know.
Look at it.
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
Kind of wondering if that's gonna come down to us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
cause that's what
gain
was over
strength.
us. That was what was over us earlier. See right there.
Mm.
A lot of activity today.
Well, somebody
Look
was
at that
saying there
fucking
that they
storm.
Hurricane Center updated. They're going to have more hurricanes, but yeah, I haven't heard of anything yet.
Look at that frickin' monster ass storm though.
Mm.
Yeah. Down across Arkansas and Louisiana.
That's gonna be a nasty one for sure.
The guy that watches that, Ryan Hall, y'all, he comes on there, or when there's bad storms, he comes on. But there's what's another one? Andy Hill, he's a part of that, but he'll sometimes get his own channel. But we're all weather guys. They're pretty cool guys, right? So,
Well, I'm curious, who actually monitors the World War II memorial there? Is it like park rangers or is it the Coast Guard?
Yeah, that's a good point. If there's too many phones down there, could get toxic for the fish. Good point, Curtis.
yeah, yeah. The phones, they release a chemical if the batteries let go in them or
Yeah.
whatever. But being cold, I wonder if the batteries would explode or deteriorate over time or not.
Yeah, they'd probably deteriorate.
What's that about, Paul?
That's an article on who's in charge of all the shipwrecks and that kind of stuff
Oh,
for the military.
well, I think Curtis has got that friend that works for the Coast Guard, right?
Well, it's not under the Coast Guard, it's under the US Department of Defense,
Oh, is it? Mm.
National Historic Registry.
Oh,
Yeah, cause I'd imagine they have like their own version of like park rangers and shit that probably are
yeah,
stationed there all the
more
time
local people, right?
and monitor it and stuff like that. Like I said, I mean, Hawaii itself would just be a great place to take an ROV. I mean, there's plenty of places you could go and get some cool shots. Take one of your ROVs and throw it in a lava pit and try to get as much footage as possible before it burns up. I don't know, if I was Hodges, I wouldn't sign into anything on that tablet thing though. If they're not supporting it anymore, it means there's not gonna be any security updates to that thing.
Female cardinal here to eat. Oh, there she goes. Got them all full. I put bird seed out there in the cardinal. Well, I haven't got it hooked up to my accounts or anything.
Yeah, I'd just be a little wary.
I'm just as a guest. The only thing it's hooked up to is the Wi-Fi for getting a signal for the internet, but that's it.
Yeah, I would just be worried about that because I don't know if they'd be doing any security updates
Yeah.
because that whole company tanked. Pearl Harbor National Memorial is the unit of National Park Services. Okay.
I see I'm gonna be listening to rock and roll music tonight. You got a in their garage next door. They got the music cranked up and drinking over there tonight.
So are you heading home tonight?
It's not that bad, but I just closed the door and I can hardly hear it. If I was outside, it might be a pain in the butt. I hear some kids yelling too, so they must have a few people over there. They built this good big garage to put a fifth wheel in it. I think they sold the fifth wheel.
Uncle Bill says they're part of the National Memorial Unit of the National Park
Okay.
Service. I would think it'd be a lot easier though to go out there and dive on, like some of the shipwrecks in Pearl Harbor, because you're not as conspicuous as having a tether floating in the water out there, as you did in an ROV.
Well, I mean, there's only one way to find out if they're gonna give you shit or not. You might be the one that actually causes regulations. I don't know. That would be interesting though to see.
Vader's got his spot picked out on the end of the couch.
Mhm.
That's Gracie there.
I
Peter,
think it's Gracie, not Vader.
there's the last deer we got right there.
Okay.
A little bit of a messy job, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. They still had most of the guts in it.
We were all young once. I just let them do their teenage stuff.
Uncle Bill says you can't fly or you can't dive
Yeah, scuba dive.
Pearl Harbor.
Part of an active military base, and wrecks such as the USS Arizona are protected as war graves and memorial sites.
Like I said, I wouldn't think they would allow you, but
Mm.
worst case scenario, you're just gonna get kicked out of there. But I didn't know. Sorry.
Hey, here comes Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, finally.
Finally,
And Curtis.
And Curtis.
and Curtis in time. Oh, Curtis beat him. Oh,
What are you
yeah.
trying to say, Dom?
Good morning and good
Curtis.
evening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tim,
oh, Justin.
well, I just,
Well,
Dummy.
good morning to
People.
you, Tim, and good evening, afternoon, and evening to Curtis.
Yeah,
Good afternoon. We're all here now.
I
Good.
get
Now
that.
let's start.
My old man brain has sometimes doesn't equate
Yeah.
morning in Asia and evening here,
Yeah, me too. Mhm.
yeah,
drone shots. What's up?
Jody.
Jody's been here for, I don't know, for a while. Uncle Bill was in the chat. I think
So
he's,
are you
Yeah,
Are
I
you
forgot
guys-
who I said hello to.
are you guys familiar with the Galloping Gertie Bridge?
No, never heard. Is that
oh
one
yeah,
that?
that's the one that swings in the wind.
Yeah.
Well, it it did. We had a really windy day, and it swinging back and forth and doing all this. Let me see if I can find some footage of it. I know I've got some somewhere.
Yeah, well, that was a lot of years ago.
Harmonic
wasn't it?
balancing.
Oh, it's been up for a while, hasn't it?
It's been, yeah,
No,
but
it collapsed.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that
30
was the
years
one-
ago
Yeah, I
or
didn't know the
something, wasn't it?
name of the bridge, but I have seen that footage.
yeah.
I just didn't know that's what the name of the bridge was.
So let me just share. I'll turn that down. So there it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the old cars. That was like 30, 40 years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a long, long time ago.
70 years ago, probably.
Yeah, that was way more than 30,
Um,
40.
I'm
19
amazed it
80
lasted
years
as long
ago.
as it did, Curtis.
1940.
Yeah,
80
1940.
That's 63 years ago.
Yeah, this clip,
83,
was,
nearly 83 years ago.
this clip was uploaded 16 years ago.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
So this
that's
is a
right.
this is a
83.
compilation of several clips.
It needs,
This is
yeah,
a,
it needs
this
some
is a
color
really
grading.
high bridge too, by the way.
Mm.
So when this
Yeah.
thing and this is all from one day. This is just different angles. People were filming it.
God, could you imagine driving across that thing and it started swaying like that?
There's some
yeah.
cars on there. You'll see here in just a minute.
But they all were, what did they just abandon the cars and left, right?
Yeah, they got out of their cars and started running. Which
Why would you drive
I don't-
across? Get finished.
don't-
driving?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'd do.
Yeah, I would have just hauled ass off the bridge in the car. You'd been faster than running.
I can't imagine the bridge lasted in any of that.
See this guy running, getting that dog out of the car.
Taking a sweet ass time, dude. Move it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes all the way back to the car to get the dog out instead of just getting in the car and driving it off the bridge.
There's the clap.
Bang.
Oh, once it goes, there's no stopping it, right?
Wow, that's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah, I've seen footage of this a bunch of times over the years. That's a wild shit, though.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
bad
Hey,
engineering.
Uncle Bill.
So,
So what I was saying
Yeah.
earlier was I went and explored
mean?
under there.
so they didn't pull any of the wreckage out of the water. They just left it all in there, or what?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Now,
Yeah,
is
Lynn,
that freshwater, Curtis,
No,
or is
no,
that
that's
salt?
salt water. That's the
Oh,
Puget Sound. It's salt water. Lynn's talking about the I-90 floating bridge. We have actually two floating bridges, Lynn. There's the I-90 and the 520. The 520 is the longest floating bridge in the world, I think. Maybe it's been surpassed, but when I first moved up here 20 years ago, that's what it was.
Well, now, do the floating bridges move too?
So they're floating, but they're secured to the bottom. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Mm.
And yes, I'm downloading footage as fast as I can.
Yep.
Hey, Mendez.
Lynn says she's been over the floating bridges.
How you doing, Mendez?
Got that muted, got that muted. We're good to go there. Okay.
Bill.
Mendez.
But yeah, we saw more, don't copy. We saw more octopus today. Grabbed some more phones, grabbed I wish I would have had all the stuff. It's out in the truck still. But we found a couple of found a pair of pliers, found a multi-tool kit. It's not a Leatherman, it's like an off-brand Leatherman kind of thing, but it's actually pretty good. It was only been down there for like a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
And found a couple squid jigs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those.
What's
It's,
a squid jig? Is that, do they fish for squid?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't
So
know
it's
that.
it's literally they're pretty expensive. They're about this big, and they have like 6 U-shaped hooks coming off of them, and they literally drop them down off the pier or off your boat, and they yank them up as fast as they can, and they just catch squid that way.
Oh,
Good bait.
Yeah, that's what they use it for, is bait for fish.
Mm.
Some guys eat them. Some guys were telling me about they were putting it on the grill, and the
I eat squid. I eat
Yeah,
it.
nice.
and
Delicious.
there
Congeal, man.
the fish and game wildlife were out there today at the place, and there were people out there getting tickets for using the wrong kind of bait and using the wrong kind of hooks. You're not allowed to use like treble hooks. You can only use like a J hook. Some guys were tossing crab pots in the water. You can in the area that we're at, it's called Zone 11. There's different zones where you can fish or for crab. That area is Zone 11, and you can only fish there on Sundays and Mondays for crab.
Calamari is really good to eat.
I was thinking for sure this guy was going to come over and talk to us with the ROVs in the water, but I guess he figured out what we were doing, so he never said anything to us.
Oh, Curtis, did you see any of the cars down there that fell down in there?
No,
Can't really hear you, Justin. Mic is low.
I had it pushed away from.
Congeal.
yeah, that worked. That's one of the bad things about the ROVs. Like you guys can just pull out an SD card. I have to transfer all the files to my my phone or my tablet.
Yeah.
Then I have to transfer it to the computer.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh,
So
Who's that? What? Who's that? Hey?
His sister's there with with his coffee.
oh, okay.
So Curtis, why do you have to have the tablet as the go-between? Why can't you go directly from
Yeah.
the?
Don't have a SIM card, I don't think. I think it's just.
Well, the SIM
storage.
card's locked up on the inside.
Yeah. But you're doing a two-step. You can't bring the ROV to the PC.
No, there's not a direct connection to it. It's a specific connection.
Mm.
It's more like a
Diane, is that Diane? Come on.
Well, that'd be interesting, Curtis, if you could get a hold of an engineer and develop something, you just screw it onto the port on there and just dump it.
well,
Screw it and dump it. It's like my dating life.
it's not
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
it's not exactly that easy
Yeah, I
because
see.
you got to have the app. You'd have to have the app on your computer. So you'd have to develop an app to access ROV.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't think that's undoable, and I think whoever did that might be able to copyright it and make a hell of a lot of money.
Shadows are.
Well, they'd have to port it.
No,
Or
I
the
haven't
for
watched
PT.
it. It's like Dylan. Been
There's my
raining.
pliers.
I think it rained, leaked at one time.
Nice.
It's okay.
Are they pliers or wire cutters? No, they're
They're
pliers.
needle nose pliers.
Okay.
Oh, the needle nose fire time.
Boy, they rust fast, don't they?
Mm.
Well, it's salt water, Paul.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just some cheap stuff.
No, I didn't say that, Mark.
Oh, there's a pork chop bone up there.
I used to get my dog to play with me when I was younger.
I'm getting all the footage downloaded now.
What?
It's how I pork chop around my neck.
Oh, you gone already?
Oh, there's a cell phone.
Wait a minute.
That don't look like that's been down there that long.
And there
You
was
think you think you get any service down there?
what's funny about this one is there's a business card on the back of it inside the case.
Oh,
And we called that number and the guy says, I'm driving right now. What do you mean you found my phone? He goes, well, my buddy Mark was the one that made the phone call. He was operating. We had 3 ROVs in the water and he was operating the other one. But anyway, I pulled it out and he picked it up. He had already pulled his in and I brought it up on shore and he called the number. The guy goes, what do you mean you have my phone? And the guy, he said, well, we have underwater drones and your phone is in the water. And we brought it out. We thought you might want it. He goes, what the hell's my phone doing underwater?
Not
Mark's-
much.
Mark's like, I don't know what it's doing on underwater. I'm just telling you, we found it. And if you'd like it, we would love to return it to you. And he goes, well, I'm on my, he says, I'm in my car. I'll call you later. And then he hung up on him.
Well, maybe somebody just had his business card.
Yeah, but why would somebody have a business card on the case inside a phone?
Unless it was a daughter or a relative or whatever.
Well, here, I'll show you guys where it is. I pull it out of the water here in a second.
There might be some kind of nefarious evidence on that phone. that
I've
this
had
guy doesn't
people
want
give me,
found.
I've had people give me
Yes, it-
business cards and stuck it in my phone folder.
He doesn't want people to find that phone.
Maybe
Might be
that's
something- might be something on there.
See if I think I turned it around and showed the camera. Maybe I didn't.
The name wasn't Hunter Biden, was it?
No, I guess I didn't turn it around and show the camera.
Obviously it was dead, right?
I let them. So what I do is I let them dry out before I try to plug them in. Hang on, I can grab it here.
Put it in a bag of rice.
Your camera's out there, Curtis.
It's gonna have to be opened up and dried out, I would imagine.
hmm
Well, one thing Curtis could do is get a big ol' ice chest. Do like I did and just fill it with those moisture packs, cause you can get hundreds of them for super
Or
cheap.
maybe it
on
was a
Amazon.
burner phone. Some drug dealer.
Drop them in there.
Oh, so
for-
that's what I'm saying. This might be something he doesn't want found.
But
Hey, we
this-
got it to work. Who's the video of the guy in his underwear with the two women in the hotel room?
This is a squid jig.
That's a squid hook?
Squid.
Oh,
they
okay.
call it a squid jig. So they put a little piece of metal on the bottom and a line on the top, and they just bob it up and down until they catch stuff.
I just use
Yeah,
the cast.
it's called snagging.
Yeah.
It's like what they do. It's like what they do with the salmon.
Yeah.
You get a treble hook in salmon and a weighted hook, and you snag them because they're not feeding. When they're running, they're not feeding.
So I think this will actually kind of clean up a little bit. I mean, it still works. The spring is still in it.
Oh, geez, I'd throw some WD-40 on it or something. Oh, hey, nice knife.
Filet.
Is that an Impala?
And it's sharp.
Was that near the phone? Was there a blood stain on it? Telling you.
Yeah, look at the end. See, it went all the way in. That's the blood stain right there.
There you go. Right next to evidence on the phone.
Oh, that's nice shape.
Yeah. Still got its spring to it.
Was that right
That-
by the
That
bridge?
hasn't been down there very long.
Was that by the bridge?
Take it to the breed.
And then this nasty thing,
Oh, Jesus.
that's been down there for a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is that a phone?
Yeah. Yeah, there's another one he brought. Well, you seen
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'm on. My wife's
Spon-
asking if I was on.
SpongeBob's walking around right now. Where's my damn phone?
Maybe some poor time traveler got stuck in 1940. He
And
dropped
then
his
it had-
phone in the
It
water.
had this case on it.
Oh, there's the,
And
Oh,
on the inside was the business card.
oh, it's on. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, that business card is really intact. Is it like a hard
Hmm.
card?
Have you
No,
tried
it's,
scanning that QR code?
Well, there's a phone
it's
number.
like-
We called the phone number.
Oh, well, you
Yeah, there's
can't. Just
it's
scan
a-
the QR code and see what it's about. Huh?
For real, something.
You know, he may have given his
Well,
business
that's
card to
true.
somebody he had to get rid of.
Yeah, anybody want to call that number? Feel free.
Yeah. I hear you have good bathrooms.
call that number and say, hey, where's my cocaine delivery?
Oh, if it's near you, Curtis, I'd take the phone and go inside there and be like, does anybody recognize this phone? I found
So
it in
the
the water.
business
had
card
your
says
business
Royal Restrooms, a Regal portable restroom experience.
phone. Yeah, it says locally owned, so.
Yeah, Northside office, locally owned.
So the guy owns a bunch of outhouses.
Literally, yeah.
pissing in the water. It's a giant restroom.
One of his guys were throwing.
And then
porta
there's
potties
another
off the
little
bridge.
sticker in here. I don't know if you can see this. It says declare peace every day.
No, it looks like it's off of a fortune cookie. A little
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, actually, now that you say that, it does.
Looks like those little
But
papers.
this
in the
was
fortune
on there.
cookies.
I took this off. So this cover was on it. So all this stuff is inside.
Oh, it's like actually molded inside the case,
Well, no,
or is
No,
it stuck to
it's-
the case?
it's because it's wet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's starting to dry out. I can peel it off.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought they like,
So it was the pressure from the phone was holding it in the case.
The pressure from the phone was holding it in the case, and because it's wet, I haven't tried to peel it off yet. Because there's something on the other side. It says full service something. I can't tell.
It's probably somebody he gave his card to, I'd imagine.
So what you do, you go to that wharf and you go to that bridge and you make a little sign you put up. Lose your phone, call me.
You know, my buddies want me to do that, but the thing is, I can't just drop everything I do and run out there just because you lost your phone.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I got that one guy that called me and out of the blue paid me $500 to retrieve it. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But I was pretty much there already. I'd left and I was literally going over the new Tacoma Narrows Bridge. It's since been replaced by two bridges. The one I just showed you guys. And I was coming back and was going over the bridge. It's a toll bridge now. And this guy calls me and says, hey, can you come back and get my phone? I just dropped it in the water. I'm like, I'm kind of hit. He goes, no, you don't understand. I don't have a computer. Everything I have is on that phone. All my business, everything is on that phone. I was like, well, he goes, $500. I go, I can't guarantee.
be
I'll
right
find
there.
it. He goes, I'll tell you right where I dropped it. It's about 40 feet of water. So I go back, we get in his boat, we go right out to where it was. I was in the water for about 10 minutes and found it and brought it up and he paid me.
Wow. Hey, I mean, this is going to sound like a dumb question, but there's no SD card in that phone, right?
That's an Apple phone.
Okay.
Oh, so the
Everything-
answer would be no.
Everything's in the cloud.
Or in the ocean.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So I got more downloading.
Well, Curtis, when you find something like that had a value when it went in the water, do you notify the local police?
So no, yes and no.
Okay.
We found a gun one time and we did notify the police about that. And the guys that were with me were, oh no, let's keep it. I'm like, dude, if that was used in a crime and you have it in your possession,
Sure,
they were like,
that's crazy.
but
Guns aren't that expensive. It's not worth it.
yeah, that's kind of my thinking
The
too.
liability, yeah.
So yeah, we did contact the police on that, but for phones and all this other stuff that we find, no, I haven't contacted them.
You could help
They-
solve a case like that.
They know we're out there and they've contacted me a few times about finding stuff, but most of the time they will contact me. It's beyond 300 feet. So I can't really do anything.
Now, is yours capable of adding another 300 feet of tether and using it or no?
So the Gladius Mini, I can for sure, because we've done it, we've added another. So I've got two Gladius Minis. And I don't like the footage, and there's no way to do lateral movement. You can't move side to side. You can't orbit around something. So I don't like using it. But we have hooked up two tethers to that one. And that's where we discovered the further you go out, straight out, not down, out, then the current starts pulling. And we were looking at the tether and it just made this big U shape. And then the ROV is just fighting the tether.
Okay.
It's fighting, it's pulling, it's like a big sail in the water. It's just kind of pulling it along. So if you're at high tide, it's not that, as far as saltwater goes. If you're in a river, of course, the river flow is going to be pulling it along. But
And they're still limited by the depth you can go with them, right?
so these particular ones are limited to 300 feet. There are other ones that you can get that are more expensive, that are sealed up even better, more stronger motors, and you could go down to 1,000 feet.
Oh,
Sure.
20 grand. And that's still considered a toy by the real ROV people. Like the ones that are out on the Nautilus doing the Nautilus, the ones that take like 5 people to operate.
Well,
Oh, and I know what I can show you guys. Or did I show you guys the tether that got caught up in the post?
Yes.
Okay, all right, then I won't show you that again. I'm still downloading and transferring. Oh, and the transfer happens over Wi-Fi too. So I guess I could. No, it wouldn't. There's no way. So I could have the Wi-Fi on my tablet on my computer on, but it doesn't give you. So there's 2 ways to download it. It's download it to an SD card that goes inside the remote control, or you can download it to your tablet. And I find it's easier to download it to my tablet because then I can see if the transfer is complete. Every once in a while, you'll get a break in the Wi-Fi and it doesn't make a complete transfer. And then I have my tablet hooked up to my computer so that I can just click on it and play it. And if it doesn't play, I go, okay, download it again. It's not the best system.
it's too bad it can't resume it, huh?
Curtis, did you see what Paul has there? It's like a tablet that's in a permanent mount, goes on a desk, but it's a fully functional tablet.
Like right here, but it's supposed to go to an electric desk that goes up and down. What it really was designed for, that you wouldn't stand too long or you wouldn't sit too long. It would move your desk automatically.
Right.
Or sitting. Okay. But it's almost like it's got a mini computer in it. But I got the weather up on it right now, but you can search the internet, all kinds of stuff on it. But it's not real fast. It's pretty slow.
It was free.
But it was free.
But the only problem is the company tanked. So
Well,
they're
yeah,
not
the company
supporting it
closed. They
anymore.
went out of business last year.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't know. They had a bunch of them. And people were
I mean-
just picking them up.
It updated the windows and stuff on it,
Oh,
but
yeah. Well, we don't know.
I don't know. I just sitting there thinking you could use it for a weathered desktop.
Whatever.
I don't know,
I had no idea.
but it's not from that. That's
Oh, nothing exciting.
Yeah.
She's gone, so now you can go.
Bill, you're not sitting in traffic, are you?
She's right there.
No, I'm in my driveway. I was
Okay. I was
sitting
about
here
to say.
looking at my open garage door.
You're just sitting in your driveway.
Thank God. I
Oh,
thought he
next-
was at a stoplight or something, sleeping.
Yeah, no, I'm home. In fact, I'm
Oh,
gonna go
that
inside. and play
jellyfish?
game.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Okay,
That's
I'm
gotta
gonna,
be.
I'm gonna head out as well.
okay, Dominic.
Yeah,
See you, Dom.
Yeah.
See you later.
see you guys.
Okay, Uncle Bill, thanks for coming in.
Was that just like a jellyfish there, Curtis, or what?
Yeah, it was a jellyfish. Oy vey.
Oh, yeah, okay. Bet your chat hasn't moved in quite a while.
No, it's slowing down.
Yeah.
Tim and Justin are you're gonna go on tonight, right?
Yeah.
I come on and everybody leaves.
I gotta go get some beer first. But you gotta be drunk on this.
When you turn the furnace off and look, take the dampness over.
You can't be on a live stream with Justin unless you're drunk, Tim. Is that what you're saying?
That's right.
Jesus drinks.
Yeah, you gotta be very drunk with him.
Yeah, that pool and battery was dead again. Let's see.
Can't be any worse than that.
That's true. You gotta be totally trash to be on his phone.
One of my buddies went and bought a $200 pontoon boat.
You ever look at Matt's forehead?
Bought how much pontoon boat?
I'm sorry, I was waiting for to hear what's wrong with Matt's forehead.
It's huge.
He's stuck with it.
It's like somebody keeps on grabbing the back of his head. Sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sorry.
Anyway, a buddy of mine that goes out and he he bought a $200 used pontoon boat. It's a little,
$200.
yeah, little fisherman thing. You know, you got the
Oh,
paddles.
yeah.
To wheel it, yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing, Paul?
Well, this
I'm-
is my only thing, Mark, is if saltwater gets into those phones at all, they
Oh,
do
yeah.
have I think the iPhones and the newer Samsungs have a certain IP rating. But if
They're
any
done.
salt water gets in there, you probably will never be able to turn it on without replacing the battery.
Well, see,
Those
Curtis,
saltwater's
that's
gonna-
what you need, on a little pontoon boat. You can go out a couple 100 feet out and then go 300 feet straight down.
Well, that's what I was going to say today before Tim was, enlightening us with Matt's anatomy. Anyway, we gave him the Gladius Mini, and because we weren't sure that he was going to be able to maneuver, and he went out into 80 foot of water with a 65-foot anchor. Like, okay,
Wow.
that didn't work out so well, but he tried to do it anyways, best he could. But the tide was pushing his boat around, and it kept yanking on the ROV, and it was like you're looking at something, and it's like,
Yeah.
so it's not the best footage in the world.
I think 2 red cardinals here, man.
But I can show you guys some of it. Let me find.
That'd be cool if you could go out there and find those old cars, those few cars that fell in the water.
Eva.
If they're even still there. I'm sure they're probably rusty and gone by now.
I got his footage downloaded. Let me see if I can.
Don't you think those cars that have been flattened by the cement falling down?
No, because they would have fell after the cement. So technically, I mean, if anything, they would be rusted gone by now.
There's a tire. That's the decking.
Grab a couple boxes of macaroni and cheese.
See, every time it jerks, it's because his boat's being moved around.
See, I'm surprised they just didn't clean that out though, because aren't there ships that go up under that?
No, it's
There's-
way down there.
Okay.
Probably costs more to.
We were saying, "Oh, look
Nothing
inside,
to
look
bridge
inside,
itself.
look inside," and we were
Nothing.
thinking there would be something in here like an octopus. Something. Didn't find anything.
I'm sure animals.
This
would use
is
that.
not the good footage though. This is off the Gladius Mini. So see, this doesn't have any filters for the camera. With mine, I can pull out the red, greens, and blues and kind of do a little bit of color correction on the spot, so the footage isn't like this. But this will clean up too.
But that's a better view than you get without having any kind of a camera down there.
Yeah, who's that YouTuber that said the
Yeah.
best camera ever is the one you have on you?
What's up, TJ? And you're true. That's true, Mark.
Hey, DJ.
Mark made a good point there, Paul. The cement would have went straight to the bottom where the cars would have took a minute
Right.
because they would have had to fill up with water, and then they would have slowly fell into the water.
I
Ooh,
think
look, a
there's only
starfish. Starfish.
There's
Yep.
starfish down there.
Yeah, he's right down here. There's a
Ooh,
dead-
look, cauliflower. There he
Oh,
is.
there's a crab right there.
Yeah, cucumber.
Oh, that's
Is that a
right.
sea cucumber?
Yeah, these are sea cucumbers.
Yeah,
There's- Oh, TJ would love those.
yeah.
Why?
Oh, that whole joke about TJ eating cucumbers that night. He got really drunk on the live stream.
Then
Oh.
he got sick.
Yeah, he ate like 2 or 3 cucumbers and made himself sick because he thought they would help with his hangover.
Jeez.
So it's been this
Oh,
like a
yeah.
ongoing joke for like the last 6 months.
Best thing for a hangover is grease and water.
Yeah, every time it jerks like that, his boat's pulling him along.
I found a big glass of ice water, some couple Excedrin, and
All you need to do
greasy
is,
hamburger.
Yeah.
What are those things there that look like mushroom?
That's cauliflower.
Those are
I thought they were sea anemone.
sea shrooms.
Sea shrooms.
Ooh. I'll get the fish.
It's a rockfish.
Rock lobster.
Tim sitting over here, he's pissed. The
Oh,
fuck
look
are
at
you-
it. Looks like a largemouth bass.
He's looking at you, isn't he?
Yeah, but look at that spine. That's what makes him a rockfish.
Yeah.
Got a big mouth on it.
He's like, I'm not happy with you down here, motherfucker. Get the fuck out.
You in my territory, bitch.
Crazy. Crazy.
Oh, sorry.
It looked like it, didn't it, Mark?
Oh, there you go. That's some more of the footage. Still downloading more.
Oh. Cool.
Oh yeah, on a
I've got
car.
2 more ROVs to download.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off. I got a couple things before 8 o'clock. So
Okay, and everybody jump over and join Justin at 8 o'clock and Tim's got to go get a, 36 pack of beer or what?
well, I need
Let's see,
everybody
maybe
in makeup
36.
too in the next 30 minutes.
30
Do we
minutes.
have to work? Can we
Yes.
come commando?
As long as your face is done up, I need you in makeup quickly.
No, it's funny. I pulled this out today.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Okay.
All right, man. Later.
Oh, yeah, yuck.
What is it,
I
dog?
wish they made 36 packs.
It's gone moldy.
Huh?
It's dog food.
Awesome.
Like, how the hell did it get in there?
Well,
I
you
think I
could
did.
probably
Yes,
handle
you
it
can.
like keg, right?
Probably.
I don't have warm for Jens to come here.
That's why I'm not allowed at barbecues because I always tap the keg.
I don't know.
I stay up until it's gone.
Yeah, well.
Oh,
They bring the gag and you pick it up and go, thanks.
That's not moldy. That's no good.
Yep.
Oh, I know, but that's what you.
You just stand there and you go, is that for me?
Hey,
Everybody that I've ever met over here, I can outdrink every one of them.
I'll turn those up. I'll go.
That was an achievement. It took me a long time.
Let's just hope that it doesn't come to the day when you're gonna have to pay for all this alcohol fun.
You die of something. I can walk out the house and get hit by a car.
Well, especially what you do.
That thing.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's one thing to say that when you're young, but when you end up getting old and suffering for a long time, that's another thing.
I'm not young anymore. Believe me, I'm suffering. Lower
Hold on.
back issues, leg issues.
How old are you, Tim?
Turning 52 soon.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not here to lecture you. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I know, man.
I love you, man. So don't
Okay.
even think that.
I got back issues. I got ankle issues. My hands, they cramp up. I know that's because of drinking. But
Yeah, holding that bottle tight. Ugh.
yeah,
They don't drop it.
that's right. But at least, I do my curls.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's exercise.
Yeah,
Bending elbow.
that's right.
All right, guys, I got to start downloading some more stuff.
Okay,
Let
Curtis,
me jump
thanks for
off.
coming in.
Hopefully, I'll have it all done tomorrow, and I can do some kind of presentation and stuff.
Okay.
But
Cool.
Bye.
That's good.
Take
Yeah,
care.
put it on the channel.
Paul, what are you up to tonight?
Oh,
About 5 to 7.
well, it's the same what I'm doing right now, Paul. Nothing.
That's what I do on the weekends.
Well, it's too wet out to go start a fire again, so.
That's what I want to do.
Is it still raining there, Paul?
No, it quit raining now.
I
But
could start it.
Everything's wet. The chairs are wet. The firewood's wet. Everything's wet.
That's not good. Well, you use diesel. You got
Yeah,
some diesel?
there you go. I got gasoline. That will light it.
Oh, don't use gas.
I do it all the time. Get a fire going.
Why was there a mushroom cloud?
Okay, there we go. It's going there.
I usually use diesel. Well, I had a 2-liter jug. I use diesel and some styrofoam.
Yeah.
Napalm. And start my fires.
I just use newspaper.
Yeah. I like my fires. I might do a smoke up. I don't know. I got a steak in there.
Yeah.
Taters.
The Tim Hortons cups are good for holding gasoline in them, eh?
Hey, there you go. Yeah, they got that
Put 'em in there
plastic
and-
like stuff. It's sort of like plastic. I don't know what it's called inside the cup.
No way.
Nothing
like,
else
to
is
the
happening.
bottom.
Who else is going live?
In the bottom or what?
I don't know who's live on Saturday night. Do you, Paul?
Nope.
I don't
Well,
know.
usually our lives, I don't even watch other lives usually hardly at all.
Yeah. Oh, we noticed you don't watch our lives either.
I just, I'd be on here for an hour, 2 hours. I just had enough of that.
Right?
Yeah. Well, you figure a couple times a day, it's just, okay, I've had enough.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Wayne B? How you doing?
Like, like you go live maybe once a week or something?
I gotta
Uh,
pitch peanuts. Be right back.
Yeah, we do it once a week.
Yeah. Well, we do it twice a day, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's just a little too much sometimes.
We got a new person in the chat. South Florida Drone Services.
What's up, Steve here? Delray Beach. Hey, welcome.
Is that
Welcome to the live stream, but I think you're getting close towards the end here, though.
Mhm.
Everybody's left now, so.
Yeah.
Justin's going live, though, isn't he, later?
Yeah, in about an hour.
About an hour.
Yep. So that's South Florida, isn't it? Or north.
Well, that's it says South Florida Drone Services, so
Yeah, it's south. Yeah, must be.
Delray Beach.
Duh, it's right in this title.
Yeah.
Yep, more coffee.
Yeah, that'll work. Oh, this thing here, yeah.
I went downtown and we have a thing called the RSL here. It's for all the diggers and everything,
Huh?
And you see the old guys walking in, standing by there drinking their beer, and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. They're drinking it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
What
5
they-
o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, what they usually do, the old blokes here, they usually drink in the mornings, and by 2 in the afternoon they're asleep.
Yeah.
Good people though. The stories you get out of them if you start talking to them about the war and
South Florida Drone Service said he works in Delray all the way over to Miami.
oh really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Got a new guy in the chat there, Paul.
Who's
Yeah,
in?
he's looking kind of gray there too.
South Florida Drone Services.
Okay.
That's in the
Oh.
south, Paul.
Are you sure it's not in the north?
Yeah. But he said he's down by
Uh,
Delray Beach in Florida, down by Miami, right?
Okay, the next time he chats, he will be a blue.
So he just got smurfed. So if you
Yeah.
talk again there, South Florida, you're gonna get smurfed.
And you can use that on little Smurfmobiles.
Yeah.
Works pretty good on the carburetors.
What time you leaving, Nora?
Hey, Mark, have you heard from Laura or David? What's going on there?
10 o'clock in down near Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Well, close to
I
Hamilton.
don't even know. I'm working all week, long hours.
Hey, they can Joe Maverick. How much you charge me to put a sign up in Burlington? He said, I'll take it down. I just want you to put it up. One trip. Give him 150, but he said, I'll get back to you.
I'll pay for petrol.
I should have charged more than that, but he's a regular customer, right? He does.
All right, Paul, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all
Okay.
are probably ending it soon
All right.
anyway.
Hey, Tim.
Diane, Paul.
Yep. See ya.
See you,
Yeah.
Diane. See you, Paul.
Yep. See you later, guys. I'll talk to you later, guys.
Yeah, we'll see all you later on. Bye-bye.
Yep. We'll see you in the morning. Yep. Bye.